Hi everyone! For this week's video, I'm taking it down a notch and doing a bit of a chilled, cozy painting session in my sketchbook. I'll be painting some mushrooms, and while I do, I want to chat a bit about feeling lost with your art style. If you fancy, grab your own sketchbook and let's create alongside each other. So feeling lost in my art style is something I've been struggling with since I transitioned from photography to painting and ceramics. So I wanted to share about that because I'm sure so many of you would relate to this feeling as well. When I was doing photography, I very quickly came into my style, aesthetic, artistic voice, however you want to call it, and I've been trying to translate that style into painting and sculpture, and I don't know whether it's just that my skills aren't there yet, but I really feel like I've lost my creative voice. When I started painting, my plan was to develop my skills to the point that I could create paintings and they would look the way my photography looks, which I'm not even sure if that's possible because at the end of the day they are photographs, even though I try to edit them to look more like paintings than actual photographs. However, the more time I've had away from photography, I'm not sure that making my art like my photos is what I even want to do anymore. I find myself wondering if perhaps I've outgrown that aesthetic and I need to allow myself the freedom to try something new instead of fearing what might happen if I strayed from it. And honestly, it's hard. I keep thinking I've done this before, I should know how to find my voice again, but painting and ceramics is just a whole different world. The skills required and the way emotions come through, I don't know, it's just not the same as photography, and I guess I'm still figuring out how to navigate that. When I look back on my photography style, a lot of me discovering my voice so early was through the color palette. I had created one of my early pieces with this palette and it felt so right that I kept using it for all my future pieces. But that hasn't happened with these new mediums, and as a result, I think I've put too much pressure on myself to have a clear brand and a recognizable style during this learning period, when perhaps I need to let it be messy during this time because that's what learning is supposed to be. And honestly, my art has been all over the place since I started. I really have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm trying to be patient with myself and be open to create art that's inconsistent and just follow what feels good and exciting to me in the moment, but it definitely doesn't come easy to me. I've been thinking a lot about how your artistic voice isn't necessarily something you choose. It's more like something you fall into naturally over time. It usually happens through what you're drawn to, like a specific color palette or the subjects and themes you keep going back to. And I guess that's the part I'm trying to lean into more now, going with what I'm excited by rather than trying to force a style to happen or mimic what I used to do. I think at the end of the day, that's how I'm going to find my voice again. I just need to accept that it takes time and it will show up if I keep showing up for myself. And hopefully that's true for you too. If you're also feeling lost in your style or unsure of your creative path, I believe we just need to keep creating, stay curious, and trust that the voice we're searching for is already there. We just have to keep listening and allowing that period where nothing matches and where trying new things is not a detour, but part of the process. And maybe our artistic voice doesn't need to be this one polished thing right away. Maybe it's a collection of moments that becomes a body of work that tells the story of who you were while you were still figuring it out. I think that's just as valid. That's still your voice, and there's something to be cherished about that. For now though, I'm going to continue letting my art be whatever it needs to be. I find these little chats really help to put things into perspective, so thank you so much for listening. And if you're creating alongside me, I hope you're giving yourself that same permission to create messy art as well. I hope you have a beautiful week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.